Imagine, this morning, you stand at a crossroads in life. Go left, and you agree to take a new job in a strange city. Go right, and you refuse the offer to stay with loved ones. In the universe we live in, you choose a direction and continue with your life. But according to some modern physics theories, a miracle has happened. The universe splits. In one reality, you turn left. In another reality, you turn right. Both versions of you are real. Both are conscious, and each believes they are the only self. Sounds like science fiction? Yes, but it might also be true. The theory of multiverses and parallel worlds has moved beyond the pages of science fiction to become a serious topic of research in modern physics. From quantum equations to cosmology, scientists are faced with an astounding possibility. We might be living in an endless ocean of parallel universes where every possibility is realized. And if so, how many yous exist? The answer could forever change how you view reality and yourself. The idea of parallel worlds originates from strange findings in quantum physics, the study of the fundamental particles that make up the universe. In 1957, physicist Hugh Everett III proposed a new explanation for one of quantum's strangest phenomena, quantum superposition. In a quantum world, fundamental particles like electrons do not exist in a specific location until observed. Instead, they exist as a probability cloud, simultaneously in different places. But when scientists measure the position of an electron, they always find it at a unique position. What happens to all the other possible positions? The traditional explanation, known as the Copenhagen interpretation, suggests that the probability cloud collapses when observed. But Everett proposed a bolder idea. There is no collapse at all. Instead, the universe splits into multiple versions, each containing the electron in a different position. This is the many-worlds interpretation, one of the most revolutionary and controversial scientific ideas of the 20th century. This theory suggests that every time a quantum event occurs, and there are billions of such events every second, the universe branches into countless versions. In some universes, the particle goes this way. In others, it goes that way. Theoretical physicists have proposed at least 4 different types of multiverses, each suggesting a different way in which versions of you might exist. Quantum multiverse. Based on Everett's many-worlds theory, this is the idea that every possible outcome of every quantum event exists in a separate world. In this type of multiverse, there are versions of you who have made every imaginable and unimaginable decision at each crossroads in life. Inflationary multiverse. The bubble universe theory suggests that our universe is just one bubble in a sea of expanding bubble universes. Each bubble is a separate universe with its own physical laws and constants, which may vary. In some bubbles, you might not exist. In others, versions of you might live in realities with completely different physical laws. Brain multiverse. String theory and M theory suggest additional dimensions exist beyond the 3 we perceive. In this model, our universe exists on a brain in a higher dimensional space, potentially close to other brains containing parallel universes. Your versions in brain universes might follow the same physical history, but with slight variations. Mathematical multiverse. Supported by physicist Max Tegmark, this idea suggests that every logically possible mathematical structure exists as a physical universe. This leads to an infinite number of universes, including every conceivable variation of your life. Countless versions of you, from nearly identical to unrecognizable if one or more of these multiverse models is correct, then how many versions of you are there? The answer could be infinite, but not all are the same. Nearly identical versions. Imagine a universe where everything is exactly like ours, except that you decided to wear a blue shirt instead of red this morning. This version of you shares all the same memories, relationships, and nearly the same future. Yet from one small decision, their life might gradually develop in a different direction. Significantly different versions. Further along the spectrum are versions of you who made different major life choices. Perhaps in one universe, you pursued art instead of science. In another universe, you moved to another country and started an entirely new life. These versions are still you, with the same DNA and starting point, but living different paths. Extremely different versions. In universes with vastly different histories, versions of you might live in entirely different civilizations. Imagine a universe where the Roman Empire never fell, or where humanity developed along a completely different technological path. The version of you in those worlds would have the same genetic essence, but could live in unrecognizable realities, non-existent versions. Finally, in many universes, you might not exist. Maybe your parents never met, or a distant ancestor did not survive a historical disaster. Theoretical physicist Max Tegmark estimates that the closest version of you is about 10·10·29 meters away, an unimaginably large number, much bigger than the observable size of our universe. But within the infinite scope of the multiverse, there are even exact replicas of Earth, where every atom is arranged just as it is in our world. The concept of innumerable versions of oneself raises profound philosophical questions. If there are infinite yous, what constitutes your identity? Does your soul get multiplied each time the universe branches, or does each version have a separate essence? Multiverse theory fundamentally challenges the concept of free will. If every possible choice is made in some universe, are your decisions truly choices, or merely the sensation of a predetermined process? Many philosophers argue that the many worlds theory actually suggests a new kind of determinism. You can't choose the path not taken, because all paths are taken in parallel realities. However, others argue that this concept enlarges the meaning of free will, as every possibility is realized. Physicist David Deutsch argues that the many worlds theory might even explain certain aspects of human cognition. He suggests our intelligence might depend on our ability to simulate many potential realities, a reflection of the underlying multiverse structure. Contact and travel between worlds. Impossible boundaries? A natural question arises. If there are countless versions of me, can I communicate with them or even travel to their worlds? According to most multiverse theories, the answer is no. Parallel universes are considered causally separate, meaning information can't travel from one universe to another. Each world progresses as if it were the only universe, unaware of the others. Yet some theoretical physicists have suggested subtle ways that parallel universes might leave detectable traces. The bubble multiverse theory suggests other universes might collide with ours, creating scars in the cosmic microwave background radiation we can observe. Scientists are actively searching for such signs. Travel between worlds remains in the realm of science fiction. However, theoretical physicists like Michio Kaku have explored theoretical possibilities involving wormholes and other exotic space-time structures. While mathematically plausible, such ideas lack experimental evidence and would require technology far beyond our current capabilities. Conclusion: living meaningfully in countless realities, whether or not there are countless versions of you, you can only directly experience one universe. This one, here and now. Rather than undermining the meaning of life, Many thinkers argue that the concept of the multiverse actually enriches our experience. Physicist Sean Carroll suggests that parallel universes do not diminish the value of individual decisions. Instead, each decision becomes incredibly important as it determines which version of yourself you will become. Each choice creates a new branch in the infinite decision tree of your life. Philosopher David Lewis proposed the concept of counterfactuals, the idea that what if questions have real answers, as all possibilities occur somewhere? This can offer comfort when facing regrets. Every path not taken is explored by another version of you. Perhaps the most profound significance of the parallel worlds theory lies in how it broadens our perspective of reality. From the multiverse viewpoint, the universe is not just larger than we thought. It's infinitely larger than we can imagine. Each decision, each possibility, each what if, and if only exists somewhere in an infinite tapestry of intertwined realities. So the answer to how many versions of you exist might simply be every possible version. In the infinite universe of possibilities, no path goes untaken, no potential goes unrealized, no story goes untold. And among those countless stories, this is your story, and it remains infinitely precious.